Hey guys, so I'm gonna wait for a few people to get in here. I'm keeping it quiet because I have people that you know, there's other people in the house. So I know Dolly's going live. I didn't want to take too much time, but I'm here. We're waking up. It is freaking cold. I woke up in my phone this morning. It was 30 degrees. Let's see what it is now. Here, I'm interested. It hasn't changed much. 30 degrees. 30 degrees it is. So, good morning, everyone. We didn't do an intro, come running straight YouTube. Everybody in the house is sleeping, so I didn't want to have the music and everything. Hey, cool gamer, it's nice to see you. So, we're just kind of just chilling this morning. Um, uh, I'm just trying to get it to warm up a little bit. If you guys need to see it again, like it is cold, cold, cold in Kingsport right now. I am in a warm house. I just took a warm shower and thank God my hair is drying, but everybody's sleeping in the house. So I didn't want to wake anybody. So I just came straight YouTube and wanted to talk about, like what I'm doing today, what's going to be going on. So yesterday I was just kind of going around looking into the Summer Wells case. Today is going to be geared more for Leila Santinello. We're here to get a little more content to start advocating for her. She still hasn't been found. I feel like our content, we just need fresh content. We need to advocate for not only Summer Wells, but Leila Santinello. And there's another beautiful little girl. I call her a little girl. She's tiny. She's just a tiny little thing. And her name's Holland Snap. And she disappeared in and around the same time that Layla did. I mean, with several months apart, but still, I mean, in the same area, that many months apart, it does kind of perk our curiosity. However, there's a lot of differences in the Holland Snap case. Holland Snap, for whatever reason, hers seems to be, for me, domestic related. Like I can't tell if it just seems like there was whoever she was with that day. It's just weird because they go to this house and we went to the house. We didn't knock on it or anything like that, but we did go to the house and it looked normal. So we started talking about, usually, and what I mean by that is you can usually tell a drug house, a trap house or something like that. This did not look like that. So it made me wonder what was going on. And then I realized that an older lady lives there, but she has a son. And that son also lives with her. So I'm not sure if it's the son, but when you have an it's kind of like a stereotyping almost. It's not necessarily, I mean, in this day and age, like everybody's sandwiched together because it's just so unaffordable for people. We can't afford anything. And so families have, they've got grandma and grandpa, mom and dad, and, children and grandchildren kind of all living in the same, they make it work. They get larger houses and they make it work, but that's really the only way. So it's just I don't know. It just seems like the stereotyping is, whenever you hear of an old, like an older person, like an adult living with a parent, you automatically assume that there's some problem with that person. Like substance abuse and stuff like that. You don't really look at the sandwiching of our families that we've been having across this country. So you got to step back and you got to figure out, is it a sandwiching situation or is it a substance abuse situation or some other kind of situation? Because it brings you back to that Charlotte Senna, the little girl that was abducted from Morrow Lake Park in New York. The guy, what was his name? Craig Ross Jr. Craig Ross Jr. is his name. He was another real piece of work that lived with his mom, and it's kind of like you get that stereotypical thought process when you hear some of these things, you automatically assume it. But I think that for this one, the assumption would be correct because it sounds like they were hanging out with people that were using. Um, So I don't know what happened there, but whatever it seems it's horrible. It seems more domestic. I don't know what happened to Layla. There's a lot of speculation, but nothing really solid. We can speculate a lot of different ways, but it's there's just nothing solid at all. So let me see who's all in the chat. I haven't said good morning to anybody. Thank you guys for coming in. No intro this morning. It was just straight YouTube today. I don't really have a whole lot to go over. We're going to be out in the field, so I'll be coming live with you guys for those that want to watch I don't know if it'll be a driving around thing, maybe later today, later this afternoon. We'll start looking into other areas, but there are some areas that Olivia and I are going to go to. I was so happy to see Olivia. I haven't seen her. It feels like I haven't seen Olivia in like years. It's just it's weird. I missed her. Gotta keep it down, but I missed her. I missed her so much, and I miss Demon Dog. Lordy, lordy, that little dog's got me in the palm of his hand. I have to tell you. Remember, I when dogs started coming around, I was like Demon Dog, Demon Dog. Demon Dog's war on Bullhorn Betty. I have to be honest with you. I love Demon Dog. Demon Dog loves me too. I didn't even have to bribe his love with bacon today this time. Usually it's always bacon. Oh, thank you. Act right, people. Nice to see you. Thank you. I am here. Yes, yes, yes. We're in Tennessee. We did some searching and stuff like that. And I'm glad I hear that there's going to be like this birthday party for Summer. I don't know if her family's putting that on or if, creators are putting that on. But I think that's ultra sweet. I don't know what the family's doing. I never hear anything. Even when Summer was alive, they didn't really know her birthday. So the chances of them actually celebrating it makes me wonder if they ever did. And I'm just, I'm glad people are doing something for her. I hope her family actually starts doing something for her soon. It kind of sucks a little bit that, um, I mean, it's always everybody else that does. Even the birthday party they had, Miss Robin put that on. The family's never really done anything. If you really want to know the truth, I mean, they just haven't done shit. They haven't done nothing. Except put their face in front of YouTube and try to collect as much money as they can for their whatever. And it's really heartbreaking. It's sad. If it wasn't for whether we all agree with each other or not, like each other or not, I'm not going to get into the pettiness, and it's below me. But it's sad that it takes the creators doing it all the time. It doesn't really matter whether they believe in the wells or they don't, but it's always somebody else doing. And that's the problem I have. It's never the wells, ever. It's never them making flyers. It's never them posting flyers. It's never them really advocating for their daughter. I mean, when they're on YouTube and stuff like that, they don't even talk about her anymore. Nothing is about Summer when it comes to the wells. Nothing. And people can sit there and back them all. I really don't care anymore. The proof is in the pudding, and it'll all come out in the wash. That's the way I look at it. I just know when I was with Don Wells, he was truthful. I could tell when he was being truthful with me, and I can tell when he wasn't. And he wasn't being truthful with me. And there was a lot of things that he, like with the DCS, you could tell he was being honest. You could tell by his speech pattern he was being honest. You can tell a lot of things, but there were a lot of things that he lied to me about. And when he was questioned on them, and I questioned him very respectfully, he didn't want to answer and change the subject. But I thought it was really interesting how crafty Don changes the subject. He does it in such a strategic way that you almost don't even realize you're changing the subject. And I noticed that. And he did that several times. And I thought, how clever, So while I'm sitting there speaking to him, believe me, I'm analyzing the crap out of this man. I'm analyzing his everything. I keep my glasses on. That's what I do. Keep my glasses on for. It gives me an opportunity, and not these glasses, my sunglasses. It gives me an opportunity to look at people without them really seeing me looking at them. And I can tell you that at the time that I spoke to him, he seemed happy and healthy. He was working on his truck. And then I hear a few weeks later, he's back to the same old BS. I went and watched, some of Candace's live streams, and then I've watched some of Dawn's. And I gotta tell you, the most frustrating thing is, where's Summer in all this? Where's Summer? It's like the day Summer disappeared, they would have forgotten about her if it wasn't for all of us, keeping our foot on their neck. They didn't even want to talk about her. And when people did, they wanted to change it to all the kids that are missing across the country. Oh, look at sweet Misery. Good morning, love. Yes, I'm still in Tennessee. Hmm. Sure am. So I'm going to be here. I don't know how long I'm going to be here. It's kind of, we're flying by the seat of our pants. We've got a few things we've got to get done. We're meeting a few people. We got a lot of work. It's just a lot of work. Thank you, Karen. Yes, justice for Summer Wells. She needs to be found. And like I said, there's two ways you can look at this. I mean, at the end of the day, the idea that somebody in the Wells family, the mom, dad, grandma, Hunter, the idea that somebody there that didn't know anything that's not even. I don't even consider that anymore. I believe they do. I'm going to continue to act like they do because that's the way every bit of the information is showing. There's no way. And I really do, for the people that don't believe me, that don't believe this, that they honestly believe that she was abducted after 3 years, and the adamation of, they've been adamant from law enforcement. There is no evidence, even to this day, of this abduction. There's no evidence, there's no information that can clear Don and Candace. And we need to throw Grandis in there because let's face it, none of them have been cleared. In all fairness, I don't even think Hunter has been cleared of any wrongdoing. I don't think anybody has. You know who has? The tree trimmers, right? Those people have been cleared. The company itself has been cleared. There were several people that were accused that have been cleared, that are not persons of interest. So there's been a lot of people that have been cleared in this case. So why not Don and Candace? It seems like everybody else can state where they've been and what happened. So why can't Don and Candace? Why is their timeline still Swiss cheese? Why did it take law enforcement? You know what? Don told me that they had to turn in a timeline. I don't know how. I can't even remember. It was multiple. I don't want to misspeak, but I mean, I think it was double digits that they've had to adjust their timeline to try to fix some of the gaps. How can people that don't do a whole lot but stick around their family, according to Don and Candace, not know where they were during a day that their daughter disappeared? And 3 years later, they're still trying to fill in gaps. People don't see that there's something wrong with that. I don't quite get it. I don't quite get it. But guys, I know you guys are all here. You're waiting for our day to get started. Dolly's out at the pier freezing his butt off. I'm in a nice, warm, comfy home, and I'm going to be working on getting some videos organized, especially with Alec Murdaugh. I need to get some of that information down, and I think we'll be doing something for Summer Wells. But today's focus will be Leila. Today's going to be a Leila day. We're going to focus on her. We're going to primarily focus on getting newer, fresher content so we can bring more videos to advocate for her safe return, or any information leading to her whereabouts. Guys, you remember, there is a reward for any information leading to the whereabouts of Leila Santinello, or the people to be arrested that may have done something to her, because at this point she was with somebody. And somebody knows what happened to her, and people are keeping their mouths shut. She didn't just disappear. A UFO did not come down and get Leila Santinello. She is out there somewhere right along with Summer Wells, right along with Holland Snap. The work is not done. This is a long road. And for Leila, the problem here is that there are so many nooks and crannies, just like the Summer Wells case. There's just so many nooks and crannies. It's so hard. It really is. So, anyways, guys, I hope you have a great day. This is not going to be the last live. I don't know how many lives we're going to do today. I'm going to go Oh, T-Car, Turkey Man, our beautiful Turkey Man. Bless you. Bless you. I'm going to try to get to you. Actually, let me look where you are right from here. I'm going to try to get to you. Well, thank you, Christy. God bless you. Thank you, honey bunny, for that. Let me just do a little map here because I don't know where I am in Tennessee, though. So you're about 2 hours away. I'm not sure. I'll probably have to look at closer to the end of it. I can't wait because I've been trying to meet with Turkey Man for some time, and every time I get close, I just never get an opportunity. So I'm going to try to meet with him for a little bit on this trip if possible. So Turkey Man, I'll give you a call. I probably won't be until later later this evening or after early afternoon or late afternoon or early evening. I'll give you a call and maybe I'll have an idea of my schedule. I got to get with Olivia, but I think because there's one interview that she's scheduled that I think might screw up my trip. So I'll or coming to visit you, depending on timing. So I'll have to get with you later once Olivia gets up and I talk to her about the schedule. Hopefully we can make it this trip. But just don't forget, if for any reason I can't, I will be coming to Kentucky. And when I come to Kentucky, I will definitely go through. So one way or another in the next 30 days, if I can't get you on this trip in the next 30 days, I'll get with you. So that's kind of where it is. Sorry, I'm talking so low, but again, I got other people, but I'm happy that we have this because usually we're in a hotel room and I'm usually sitting in the dark going through setting up the live because I can't really do anything because they're literally sleeping right next to me. This with walls and doors and stuff. It's nice. It's nice. And I have to say, we're when we came in yesterday, it was crazy because Olivia and I were driving around and she's like talking about how ominous it looks. And I remember looking at her and saying, Olivia, I think those are cold clouds. I said, I think it's going to be freezing cold tomorrow. She goes, nuh-uh. And I was thinking, because when we were looking at it, I think it was like 46 here. And so I'm thinking maybe in the 40s. I have to be honest with you. And she looks at the thing and she shows me and it says 31 degrees on it. It's 30 degrees. So it's even a degree colder than what we thought it was going to be. And I looked at her and I'm like, we're not getting out at the crack of sunrise. I said, we're going to just wait a little bit. It's got to warm up. I can't do the cold. It kills me. It kills my bones. I can't do it. But is Sonia in the house? I think Sonia's in the house. I don't think I said hi to everybody this morning. Sonia, I figured out the jacket. Actually, I lied. I did not figure out the jacket. And I didn't watch the video. We left the jacket with mom. We went to the grocery store, and when I came back, she had it working. But I have to be honest with you. I think I sold a couple more heated jackets. So that company should love you because not only did you purchase the stuff for me, Olivia and mom are most likely going to purchase a jacket for them. 37 degrees. I cannot do this cold. This cold is nice or cold. Sorry, I said nice when I looked up. It's me, Jen. I wish I could post this. It won't let me put it on here. But thank you guys for all your love and support. I do appreciate it. Morning safe out there. Love, it's 33 here. It's too cold. It's too cold. And I was talking to somebody, what was it? It was yesterday. And where were Oh, because I bought the cooking wine. That's no, it wasn't cooking wine. See, I when I cook, I never use cooking wine. You know, the actual designated cooking wine, I think it's filled with entirely too much sodium. So when I use wine, I use a real, like the cheapest freaking wine you can find. I use a cheap wine for my cooking. And for my white wines, I like a Chardonnay, and I don't really care. I like kind of the mixed red wine, for like my mushrooms and stuff, like my burgundy mushrooms and stuff like that. I like a cheap mixed berry red wine. I'm not really um, a Merlot red wine. I mean, I'll use it. I'll use it in like my red sauce a little bit, like a half a cup or a cup, depending on. I hope you got sleep. I've been getting more sleep on this trip than I have to be honest. I tossed and turned a little bit, but even when I was at Jen's house, I fell asleep and I crashed out for a good significant time. Even this morning, I did. This is the first morning on this trip I didn't wake up at 3 a.m. I woke up at, I think it was like 4 or 4:20. I woke up right before the alarm. The alarm almost got me this morning. The alarm never gets up before me. Okay, the alarm is always late in my world. 34. Gosh, it's cold, but you know what? When I was in Florida, like I said, when Florida gets cold, I know it gets cold everywhere else. But this was a little shocker. But it was the wine, and Olivia's already changed her driver's license, so they're like, you're from Florida, and you're from blah blah blah," and I'm like, we're like, yeah. They're like, "Where are you guys coming from?" We're like, "We're content creators. We're collabing on a case." So, but it's nice. And coffee beans. Aw, good morning, Steffers. It's nice to have you. So that's really the kind of the itinerary for today. We're going to get out there and just get some images and stuff captured while I'm out there doing that. If I can, I'm going to go live with you guys just so you guys get to some behind the scenes footage of what we do when we're out there, and just some stuff. You get to see us in our environment, right? Where we work out here in this environment. We are constantly trying to capture the right angles. We're trying to get, especially on trips like this where it's focused on content. We're not going to really be searching too much on this trip. I think Olivia has identified an area that she wanted to search and clear, but I'm not sure. I have to get with her this morning once her and mom get awake. So it was nice. I got to cook them dinner. We have a kitchen. So they got some shrimp scampi over linguine last night. That was my treat to them. Thank you. So It's Me Jen has the um, join the search for Leila link below. So if you guys would like to do that, I know there's we also have a does my mods have, I don't have it up because I'm on and really can't look for it. Does my mods have Jen Santinello's Cash App? And also I'd like to get her GoFundMe, if we can get those posted. And I believe there was still a meals. Thank you, Pebbles. If anybody would like to donate, we are always on a dollar will do campaign on any type of crowdfunding we do, and we do that specifically because we know a lot of people love to help but don't have a lot. And with crowdfunding, it's amazing because literally we can take $1 each of us and make a difference, right? So that's, if you have the dollar to give it. If you don't, share the GoFundMe, share the Cash App, and pay it forward. And then maybe somebody down the line, or maybe somebody you share it to, may have a dollar or two that can give to it. And look what you just did. You just, even though you couldn't give, you were able to help collect maybe up to $10 for that pot of, to help this family just by sharing. It's amazing. It's amazing what we can do collectively as a team coming from a place of love and how good we can help these families when they're struggling. Remember, Jennifer still has bills to pay. She's still taking care of Layla's daughter. There's still a lot of needs that they have. And thank you. And we got the meal train, we've got the Venmo, we've got the GoFundMe, and we've got the meal train. So if you guys would love to help this family, please consider doing so. I can tell you, I've met Jen. Um, she has been absolutely, utterly heartbroken over all of this. She is an amazing woman. She she's been through a lot herself, you know. And as parents, you do the best you can with what life gives you. You try to make the right decisions. Does it mean you always do? Of course not. But you have to learn, how do we know what we know? How are we as smart as we are today? Because we had to learn and grow. And by learning and growing, it helps us develop different things. It helps us move and go through our path. She had her path to walk. It's sad that this is part of her story. It's sad this is part of Layla's story, but this is their story, and they need our help. They need people talking. They need people giving leads. They need people taking information and turning it over to law enforcement. It, us keeping our mouths shut and silent is not helping. We as a community, when we see crime, we have to stand up and speak up, because you know what? We could be next, and we need somebody that's going to stand up and speak up for us. We have to do the right thing all the time, all the time. So I hope if anybody's out here in Kingsport that has any information, it doesn't matter if you think it is insignificant. Sometimes the most insignificant details blow a case wide open. The most minute, something that you do not even think is relevant, but you just happen to hear or see something. It might be that nugget of information that breaks this case wide open. Don't keep it a secret. Don't keep it a secret. So we're out advocating for Leila Santanello. We're going to start having some Leila Santanello thumbnails. We're going to have some new, fresh Leila Santanello content. We want to raise awareness to Leila Santanello. We are begging anybody with any information about Leila, about her friends, about her boyfriend, anything in and around the days of June 26th into June 28th. Okay, I'm very specific on the time frame that I'm looking for. I don't care who they are. I want to know the friends. I want to know everything. Everything. Law enforcement deserves to know everything, but they're not getting it now, are they? Because people are keeping their mouths shut. If you know where these people were, the people, and I'm talking to the friends of Leila, so I don't have to name drop people. You know who I'm talking to and to referring to. You know who I'm talking about. I'm talking about several people, not just one, not just two, several. People know where they were. People know what they were saying. People know what these people were talking about, where they were, and what they've said since Layla's been missing. Period. I don't need a name drop. They know who I'm talking to. But don't think I don't know. So anybody that knows those people needs to reach out to law enforcement, because at the end of the day, law enforcement needs to know what those friends' schedules were, where they were. Did you see these three people on the 26th, 27th, or 28th? If you have, you need to go out to law enforcement. I will start name dropping. Believe that. I will start name dropping, and I will start finding your friends, and I will start finding out where you've been, what you've been doing. I'm a sleuth. That's what I do. I just hope people just start coming up and realizing that this is serious. There's a girl that's missing that needs answers. Somebody needs to answer for where she's at. And a mother is taking care of this woman, Leila Santanello's daughter. Her daughter doesn't get to see her mother again. Trust me. I can guarantee this little group of people that want to keep their mouth shut, your time is numbered. Tick tock, time's up. Tick tock, time's up. Start cooperating with law enforcement. You know who you are. All right, guys, God bless. Take care. We're here again. We're going to be getting some new, fresh content to start advocating for Leila. We kind of there was a few other cases that came up, and we have core cases on this channel, core cases that we advocate for religiously. Leila Santinello is one of those core cases that we will advocate for religiously until she is found. This channel here will never give up on the Santinello family. We will never give up on trying to find the truth. And the only thing that's going to go on is we're going to be a little more creative in how we get information. And we are going to be committed to that. So once we get back to the office, this is not going to be the last trip in this area. Again, this family needs our help. This is something that is not so unbudget friendly that we can't help. So this is going to be the case. And not only that, but as sad as it is, there's 3 main cases right here. 3 main cases. Bring Holland home as well. Absolutely. 3 cases. We have Summer Wells, Leila Santinello, and Holland Snap. They need our help. We're going to be here to help them. We're going to be here for at least for the foreseeable future. I don't know what time I'm leaving, nor would I tell you guys. Right? You'll know when I'm home, or at least when I'm traveling home. We'll go live, right? All right, guys, I need to get some coffee in me. I haven't had coffee this morning. We've been on here a little longer, and I don't want to wake up because I know as the sun starts coming out, they're going to be easier to wake, and I want them to get rest. I don't know how late Olivia was up. You know, she's a crazy woman. She stays up ridiculously late editing videos. That's all she does. Edit. Her life is a freaking edit. So, all right, guys, you guys have a great day. God bless you. Don't forget to check your notification bells to all, because I don't know, I have no schedule when I'm out in the field. For those that are new to this channel, when I'm out in the field, there's no 6:30, 7:30 shows. There's shows whenever we go live, when we're out in the field, whenever I think there's something interesting or that you guys want to see or know, or just want to, kind of hang out. Like even today when we're doing our stuff, the behind the scenes stuff is just so you guys can hang out with us. And we'll get live, from there. And that'll be, we'll see where we all land, but I'm not sure what the schedule is going to be like. Like we'll be live at 12 or 1 or something like that. Even yesterday I was able to tell you we'd be live in the afternoon, but I didn't know where or when, and we did go live. So we'll see you guys soon, but this is not going to be the last live for the day. So make sure your notification bells are on all. Don't forget to sub up to this channel. Don't forget to sub up to the Bullhorn Betty channel. We've got a lot of channels. We're going to be working on Patreon. We're going to be doing some very interesting stuff on Patreon once that rolls out. I'm trying to get the first month at least under my belt for, we haven't really started, but I want to get content for the month prepared on that. So it gives me some breathing room to learn the system. And then once I get that all out and prepared and scheduled, then we'll go ahead and activate Patreon, and Patreon will be up and running for all of us, for those that would like to support that. And that's going to be more personalized, and we're going to talk about more sensitive topics on there, things that that we can't do here on YouTube. It'll all be still family friendly. It's just going to be more sensitive topics where we don't have to because a lot of the stuff that we deal with here, sometimes the conversations are a little too sensitive for the advertisement capabilities and the advertisers of YouTube. Over on Patreon, you don't really have advertisers to answer to. So with that, you have a little more flexibility to talk about a little more details when it comes to these cases, and not have to worry about the terminology that we're using, so we can have an adult conversation, right? I mean, here we have to say ST, HT, all this other stuff, and we have to expect our audience to know, which thank God they are learning through through this, and asking in the chats when they don't understand what an abbreviation is, or what have you. So I just want to try to have something that's more professional, where we don't have to use code words and stuff like that. And it looks like we're going to have that ability on Patreon. So we will be rolling that out, but I can tell you it's not going to be. It's at least 30 or 60 days out, because, like I said, I want to get the full content for for a month. I want to make sure that that we have a good schedule that we can maintain, because it is, it is a platform that needs to be maintained just like any other platform, but it's going to be a subscribed platform, so people are going to be paying for it, and so that has to be, we don't get days off on. We are beholden to our people, right? We are beholden to our people. So, but that's where we're at, and that's just the nuts and bolts of it. So, you guys got our itinerary for today, our upcoming stuff for the future, yeah, our goals. We're going to be out and about a lot. I've already let Olivia know. I don't know if I told you. I think I've already told you guys that I'm in 2025. We're renting the house. So the house is going to be. I'm renting my house out for a year, and I'm going on the road. Um, I'm planning on putting everything in storage, and we're going to hit the road for a solid year, covering true crimes from one side of this country to another side of this country, and that's going to be coming out in 2025. So it'll be past. I was thinking about 2024, but we have an election year. This is not conducive for Bullhorn Betty. Many of you know I am a political activist. I'm a political activist first and foremost. So my community comes first. My advocacy for my community comes first. My channel, believe it or not, is as great and as wonderful as it is the means to a lot of the advocacy I do. Right, we have a lot of children problems in our country. We have our government not really paying attention to it. They keep passing the buck, kicking the can down the road, kicking the can down the road so much that our interstate policies haven't changed since 1969. They are not even up with our digital age. Nobody's doing anything for our children. And so these are one of a few hot topics for me, for my political advocacy. There are a lot of other hot topics for my political advocacy, but when it relates to this channel, it's related to crimes and children. So just a little bit of background for the new people here, and then we're having another channel. So in another month, we're going to be not only doing true crime, but we're also going to be covering some of the political stuff here in our country as we gear up for our 2024 elections. I think we need to have somebody with a even keel. We need unity. We need to talk about policies that matter to all of us, not just a few. And I think that this new channel will help bring about some good conversations about what affects all of us, right? And real conversations. So that I'm kind of looking forward to. I don't know if that channel will go past the 2024 elections or not, but we will see. We'll see. It is definitely being prepared specifically for avocation across this country. It's not going to be for Florida. It's going to be across this country. So we'll be, and we have one person that I'm thinking of, like Dick Harpootlian. He is running for office. He is the attorney for Alec Murdaugh. He's done, um, he's a very very knowledgeable, very smart legal mind. He's done a lot. I guarantee if it wasn't for him and Jim, uh, Alec would be in a lot worse shape. They, even though I don't like their client, I have utmost respect for those two men. Actually, I shouldn't say two men. There's three people to that team. And I can't remember the other attorney's name. So I think it's because, Jim and Dick are always speaking. And the other guy, I think, is maybe a third chair. But he still works very hard. And I want to know his name, and I want to make sure that he's, his name is also well known, right along with Jim and Dick. He deserves it. They all worked very hard. Um, and so I'd like to see that. But I think it'd be interesting because I don't know. I never looked into Dick too much, so I don't know what political aisle he's on. But we're friendly to all. So even if he doesn't go with my political party, I'm still interested in how he's going to make a difference for his community in South Carolina, especially with the a lot of the corruption that we've been hearing, right? We've been hearing some corruption. We know there's corruption there. We know there was corruption in Chatham County. We know there's corruption in a lot of, I don't think there hasn't been one community I've gone to with my political hat on that I cannot find corruption somewhere. There is corruption in politics. There's corruption in our government. It's just it doesn't matter what name, the R or the D. There's corruption. Okay, period. And I can tell you that because I've traveled. I looked Hawkins County. Golly, yes, yes. So, all right, guys. Well, I love you. Have a great day. We made it to about at 40 minutes. So I hope you guys enjoyed just chatting with me. It wasn't really a whole lot of anything, but I remember when we first started this channel, we did a lot of chatting, just talking, talking about these cases one on one, not really having a lot of videos or anything like that, just having a conversation. And so I want to get back to doing that on some of these videos as well, just having a conversation with you guys. So have a great day. God bless you. We'll be out and about, and hopefully we'll be able to do another drive tour where we can go to a couple places that people have been longing to see. As you guys can tell, there is some technical issues out here. We do not have internet in a lot of places, especially in Rogersville. It's really, really dark there with internet and stuff. I wish in 2023 this has got to change. People deserve internet. They deserve good internet. No matter with our technology, this in 2023, 2024, there's no excuse. We've got satellites, we've got planes, we've got huge trees out here. There's no excuse for not having decent internet in our states, and all states, and all terrains. At this day and age, we should have great, affordable phone and internet services no matter where we go. This is 2024. Our internet was born in 1994. 1994. It's been 30 years. It is hard to believe it has been 30 years. But I think in 30 years, we should have internet from one end of this country to the other end of this country. There should be no, can you hear me now? Or there should be none of that. Occasionally, I get it. But we're past this. Like, let's move it along. Come on, states. We got to move it along. All right, guys. I'll talk to you later. I'll talk to you later. God bless. I got to figure out how to turn oh, there we go. The big thing that says in stream, right? I can't see it because it's right there in front of my face. All right. Have a great day, guys. Love you. God bless. Don't forget to be fearless. If you see something, say something. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. Until next time, please be safe. And more importantly, please be kind to one another. We say no to online bullying and online harassment. We say no to any type of cyber crimes or crimes in general. Just be a good person. That's what we ask. Inspire before you expire. God bless.